Good afternoon, traders. What a day today. All three major indices down. A little disconcerting, right? Dow is up 350 points at one time, now down 104 points to close the day. Oh boy. Well, you know what? Things could be worse. Let's see. Let's bring it up on a daily. This is the first time we're going to do this. We're going to bring up the Dow and take a look at the action of the Dow first before we get into the stocks that we own, a couple of high flyers, and then one good setup going into tomorrow. All right. So this is the Dow's action for the day. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is the daily. It had gapped up, made a poor high, and now it looks like it wants to come back down and retest this 5 EMA. We're still in a nice little bullish. I'm still in the bullish camp right now until we see this 5 EMA crossing over the 13. So, here we go. This is a little, excuse me on that. Let's change this right here. So we're going to do a trend line going right into here like this. So this is basically the trend line for the Dow right here, right? For the past few months, right? So, this could easily retest the 5 and then the 13. So don't get too worried right now. Really nothing has changed in the market. We're just going to kind of just monitor these positions, and hopefully this is going to be just a temporary setback. All right. With that said, we're going to move into a couple of the high flyers that we've talked about in the past, and one new one. So the first one would be, as you would know, is SRNE. SRNE. All right. So this had massive volume again today, approximately 167 million shares. If you remember correctly, I did say yesterday this has a potential for a pullback due that it was completely overbought on that on the Bollinger Band. So what did it do? It's sold off today, right? So what now? What do we do now? Well, look, the 5 is still above the 13. It's still positive. But if you look at where today's bounce actually occurred, right? It initially bounced right here at the value area high, right? So, I mean, it kind of came down, retested this breakout area from a few days ago, kind of, consolidated here for not very long and then bounced again. I mean, look, we got to see if it could move back up. This is really important tomorrow. Could this continue on an uptrend, or is this going to just, peak above and fail and go lower? That's the $1 million question. I would actually want to see that first 30-minute candle to make my decision, and then decide what I would want to do to see if I could get in a little lower. I don't know what key levels though. What are the key levels? Well, again, my key level would have to be this 13 EMA. So if this does not hold tomorrow, today's low, look for this 13 EMA to possibly get in, right? So this again, it will move up as time goes out. So tomorrow it'll probably be right in that 1235, 1240 range. So not too much lower than today's low. So, tomorrow is really important to see if SRNA is going to hold these gains, or if this is done going up. All right, guys. The next stock that is on the list is VXRT. VXRT. So as you can see, VXRT has made a nice little move since June. It's gone up all the way to 17 bucks, 17.50. Right now, since then, it's kind of pulled back right down to here, and now it's kind of based a little bit, and now this could be the start of a new uptrend, right? Possibility. The thing is, the 5 is below the 13, so that's still that is a bearish sign right there. The nice thing here is it is above this midpoint on the intraday. We'll see if it could hold this midpoint line tomorrow, okay? And then another bullish sign is on the 9 SMA. It is above the 9 SMA, which is also a bullish sign. And then lastly, a bearish sign here is that it tried to get back into the value area, but it failed and it closed below it. So we'll see tomorrow. Watch that first 30-minute candle. Make a decision if you're interested in these COVID plays. It could either make you a lot of money or lose a lot of money. So just be careful with these kind of stocks. The betas are out through the roof, and this isn't for the faint of heart. So be careful again. As I can see, it's already down in after hours. It's down about 50 cents. So again, be very careful playing this type of security. All right, so we're going to go over the stocks that we have, and that we own, a few of the stocks that we got out of today, and a couple of new positions. All right, so the first one, as you probably can guess, is ADS. ADS, we had a good day. Remember, we bought it up here at 43.10. We got lucky. We had a nice little upgrade by Oppenheimer, so we got that nice little push in at 50.85. I don't think this is done going higher. You can look at my past videos where I think these price targets are going to be based on the 9 SMA and the 513 crossover. So just to tell you right now, I think it's going to 52 to 55 in the short term. All right, so next stock is PGTI. So PGTI I sold today. I sold at 19 bucks today, and I'll show you why. So everything looked great on PGTI. Remember, well, first of all, we have earnings coming out tomorrow. I didn't want to be long going into earnings. We had made a new 52-week high right here, and then when it started going below the first 30-minute candle, I sold out, and I got out at 19 bucks. So I got in at 17, got out at 19, a nice $2 gain. So the next stock I did get out of was ABR. ABR again. This looked really nice. First 30-minute candle, it held, and then right here, it broke below that 1179 mark, and then I got out right there at 1170. So yep, so I'm out with a $1.52 gain on ABR. ABR I am out of. So the next stock that I did get out of is NXTC. This was also extremely disappointing. It looked like with the market going up, it had made not a new high, but it took out yesterday's high. So I thought, okay, here we go. But look at that first 30-minute candle. Horrible, horrible, horrible first 30-minute candle. When you see something like this, you know this is going down, right? I mean, look at this, boom, straight down the whole day. So I did get out, around 987, 986 right there. I took a 5-cent loss, and if it can get again above this 962, this value area now has gone down from the 991 now down to this 962 area. Maybe I'll reconsider taking it out, going long again. And remember, guys, you have to be agnostic when you play these stocks. You love them one day, you hate them the next, you love them again, right? That's just the name of the game. You're trying to catch a nice trend, and you could see that if you catch the trend, like in ADS, we're up like $7. If, we're up $2 on PGTI. We're up $1.50. We made $1.50 in ABR, right? So we try to keep our losses small. Like this was only a 5-cent loss. We got in at 991. We're out at 986. So that's a good risk-reward ratio, right? So we're trying to catch these momentum trends as they break out and try to capture as much money as we can on the breakout. Okay. All right. So that's NXT. We are out of NXT. All right. So one last talk I want to give you. No. Oh, sorry. I did get into APDN today. APDN. Let me bring that up. And I'm underwater on this stock. So after making that first 30-minute candle, and it looked like a nice candle. If you take a look at that candle, it looked good. Try to retest it, and then it, and retest it again. It bounced up, and I got long here at $10.11, right? And I thought we were going to be off to the races. I mean, we are still below the point of control, right down here, but there's other things on the chart that I saw that I liked, right? So right here on the 9 SMA on the weekly, we're above it, was bullish, right? So I look more than one data point when I make these entry points. We were on the top half of this Bollinger Band midpoint line, which I also liked. It was above the $10. I'm like, okay, that's 2. And then lastly, we're above that 513 on the EMA. Even though this is slanting down, I still liked it because we're still above it. Am I underwater? Yeah, I'm underwater. But guess what? Tomorrow I'm setting my alert. 967, it goes below that, I am out. Easy. Keep my losses small, and I'm going to try to maximize the high flyers, or once they start breaking out. All right, so that's APDN. APDN, we're in at $10.11, and I'm going to give you one stock going into tomorrow. It is AQUA. AQUA. So AQUA's chart looks really nice. The 5's above the 13. We're about 20% away from the 52-week high. Just had earnings. Earnings were good. They did float some more shares. I think they're about to do probably an acquisition. These guys like to grow by acquiring smaller companies, and it's worked for them. And I think that's why they floated those extra shares. The market didn't really seem to dislike that, right? Because I mean, they did it. It gapped lower on that news. Okay, they had and it's popped back up. So you know what? That's actually a good sign. So let's look at other charts right here, and this is why I actually like it too. We're again right above this value area high. If we could break this $22, let's say we put a 10% move on that 22 bucks, puts us at 24 bucks now, right? And what's close to that? The 52-week high. So now stocks that make 52-week highs are going to make more 52-week highs, and that's the way I look at it. So I really like AQUA. Watch it maybe down at this point of control tomorrow, and maybe that'd be a great entry. Watch that first 30-minute candle. That if it takes it out on the upside, play it. If it doesn't, no play. We'll look for another entry going forward. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Please, I want to thank all my subscribers for joining me. And remember, always trade smart and be safe.